Oh, good morning, everybody. Oh, let me change that. Great beginning of the day. We ain't in the morning. I'm Asada. What's up, y'all? Glad you're here for the gathering of the Griots show. We are going to have a beautiful event today, baby, because this sister been with me since the beginning. Now she's veteran. So before we get started, though, I want to say, do you know about the female solution? You may not know, but if it wasn't for the female solution, you wouldn't even be here. So let's take a look real quick about a female solution, what it is, what it does, and how we definitely build it. Take a look.
Women have the power to transform this world. We can end crime and violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talents, share our finances, but most of all, let's share our love. This is the female solution.
There we have it. The female solution. Thank you, Naima Latif, for making this possible. Because if you didn't have the brain, what? If you didn't make it, we could be out here, but not in the same way. Anyway, we have a great author today, my love. This sister has been around, like I said, since the beginning of our existence here as the Soulful Chicago Book Fair. And man, she has just evolved. Oh my God, since I first known her, she's evolved so much. Let's bring her to the table. This is none other than my girl, LaTanya Orr. What's up, baby?
Hey, good morning.
Hey,
Great day. Huh.
a great
Great,
day. And I'll be
great
like,
day.
great early day. I would try to
Great
work on it.
early day. Yes, indeed.
Start these words, but I know who's gonna finish them. That's just the bottom line. So,
Yeah.
so good to have you here, my
Thank you.
darling.
Thank you so much. Yes, I'm looking forward to this.
You know,
Excited.
and I just love that you've been with us since the beginning, meaning there's a value that you saw that you're still here. And that's important to me. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, wow. Yes,
you know,
indeed.
you can
Oh,
you can do it once, but then you can keep
mm.
coming back, and you've come back, over time, and you've evolved so wonderfully. So let's just start off, period, point blank. Are you a Chicagoan?
I am born and raised right here in the Windy City.
Hercules. I love Chicagoans. You all have like a certain nationalism for Chicago. Like you really do
Ah,
love the city. And 9 times out of 10, if you ask a Uber driver, somebody in a grocery store, you from Chicago, they're gonna say yes. Certain cities are not like that. You go to Atlanta, they from everybody else. I'm from Virginia, I'm from New York, whatever. But
yes.
there's a fiber in
Mhm.
you all's native Chicagoan essence that I love. And that's why I live here. So let's just go and look at, I want to deal with, we're going to show your books, right? Because you've written what, three of them?
I've written 3 books. Yes, ma'am.
You've written three books. I overstand.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and you've developed in that process. So we're going to talk about them in a little bit, but I want to look at this lady right here. What is
Ah,
she, what's she dealing with? It says, if the girl you used to, what it say? If the girl you used to be could see you now, would she imagine the woman you've become? What is that about? Talk about that.
I don't. I'm thinking that when I wrote that, I was thinking of the young woman or back in high school when trying to figure stuff out. I don't know about the kids these days, but I was trying to figure it out, and so I just wondered if the girl that you were or that you used to be, would you know who you are now?
Mm,
Or would you recognize who you are now um, in life with all your experiences and just everything that makes up us like makes us who we are? Would you recognize? You could go back and change some things, maybe not.
I love that concept, just that review of oneself and that
Yeah.
looking back. I think I'm gonna look at this when I finish this interview with you and just say to myself, like, if the girl you used to be, like I would like to look at her for a minute because I interest myself sometimes, just that process.
Yeah.
And you be going through it so much that sometimes you don't stop and look at the impact you've made over
Mm-hmm.
time. So we're going to bring back this concept because I see something at the bottom that says crowned, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
we're going to bring that up a little bit later, but I want to get into your books because you've written three of them.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my God, the first one, when I first met you, was
Yeah.
Strike a Pose, correct?
Correct. Yeah,
So
that was my first baby.
let's talk about Strike a Pose. What was your inspiration for writing that book? Because it came out in what year? It had to be, you was in my 2016 event, so.
Yes, yes, 2016, early 2016. That was my debut single, if you will. It was my I consider Strike a Pose my business credential book. So when you think about an expert and having written a book that speaks to everything that you know, everything that you've spent your career doing, well, Strike a Pose is that book for me. It was based on four workshop sessions that I would give on a regular basis about branding and marketing, about design, the very things that I spent my, even up until that point, 20 plus years at that point when I wrote 25 years when I wrote that book, of all the workshops and seminars and things like that. And then I added three more chapters and came up with the 7 red carpet strategies every entrepreneurial woman must have to position her brand with style and on purpose. And so that's it. It's my brand book. And so when I'm out speaking, that's the
Mhm.
book that I will, be offering. And typically it'll be something. There'll be a topic from that book that I'm speaking on.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice, nice.
yeah.
Now look, y'all, look, let me show y'all something. Watch this, watch this. Look at this. Hey, look at her in my world. She in my world. You feel me? She was in my world. So this is
Girl.
my 2016 book fair. I see somebody peeking out the side over there. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to that in a minute. But you know, but where did you get the sense that you had this knowledge? Like a person could write about a lot of things,
Mm,
but for these ideas to come to play and for you to continue on and speak on them, where did that
mhm.
come from? Though? Were you inspired by a businesswoman? Is it something you observed growing up? Where'd that come from?
So again, so I would do these workshops. Initially, it was the first workshop that I did, like the very very first workshop that I did, in terms of my career was called "Image is Everything." And
Okay.
so the first chapter is a sort of a takeoff of that again original seminar that I put on. And so I would just say that what and really what happened was I was invited to do a women's prayer uh, uh, Bible study, early morning Bible study, like a five it was 5 o'clock in the morning. I was invited to come on and share with the women early morning about branding. And so I took those 4 chapters or the 4 seminars and sort of massaged them into like in presentation in terms of Bible study, and had to find scripture to match, if you will, to coordinate with what I was writing. And it came so easy. And so when it was, I want to say it was like a 4 week Bible study, and after that, a few of the ladies were like, "Tanya, you need to write a book." And I was like, "What?" So I started, so initially I was just going to be 4 chapters, but I was like, "No, I need some more meat. It needs more meat." And so again, I added the additional chapters to comprise the book. And so, yeah, that was it. I was asked to do a Bible study, early morning Bible study, and that's Strike a Pose is a result of that.
Okay. Well,
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
happy that somebody saw in you
Hmm.
the need to lead.
Ah, how about
That's the
that?
thing. Like it's I think we take it for granted sometimes when we are leaders, But like, where
Yeah.
did that really come from? Because I know
Mm.
my mom likes to talk about how, I don't know, I might have been in the seventh grade or I was in elementary school or something, and I was in a special program. And this teacher said to her, I don't know what she's going to do in life, but she's going to be great.
Yeah.
And my mother
Mhm.
always says that because I was a little girl and somebody saw that. And
Yeah.
so to become it, though, is a thing. It is a choice to
Mhm.
become that person that can go, like, people can't just go up and speak, come and do a workshop, come and
Mm.
write a book. Like, people just don't have the skills to do that. So I
Yeah.
guess
Yeah.
this concept and what I'm digging at, and
Right.
this is why I'm doing this,
Mm.
because viewers, you have so much in you, but a
Yeah.
lot of times either you don't have people around you to bring it out, or you don't know to bring it out, or whatever. But I want them to hear how it
Yeah.
manifested. Like,
Mm.
how were you comfortable even doing the church workshops? And like, what did people see in you to
Yeah.
say, come do this? Like, was that something that, are you a mirror of your grandmama? Are you are
Yeah.
you a innate leader? How did this evolve? I'm just very curious.
I really believe that in high school, I just sort of, I feel like I matured early. I always had this desire and didn't understand it at the time then, of course, but to that I wanted to be my own boss, that I want that I wanted to be my own business owner. And again, but then I also aspired to, to be a teacher. I had some dreams about being a teacher. I had dreams about being an artist because I love to paint. I didn't have the natural gift of illustration or paint, but I had paint by numbers, anything creative. I just enjoyed that. I would spend, that was my quiet time or my reflective time was to paint, do those kinds of things by myself. But I always got my energy from people. So I am very much an extrovert. And so I feel like I just sort of gravitated to those things that made me to, or I guess, and helped me to be engaged as a leader. And then but that's not, I guess, I don't know, originally intention. But then I love people, and so not as much now as old as I get, but but I say that to say that yeah, I had some experiences as a young person, and
Mhm.
then going into a career in terms of communications and PR, where
Okay.
you're sort of out in the in
Gotcha.
the forefront,
Yeah.
but behind the scenes, but out in the
Yeah.
forefront in terms of the arena that I was working in. And so yeah, just sort of thrust it out there, if you will. Yeah, so
Night.
that's why
You are who
like
you are, yo.
so yeah, so
You know.
strike a pose. It's about striking that pose. About when you get behind when you're on the red carpet, you're striking
Mhm.
that pose, and so
Mhm.
who you're standing and who you are,
Nice.
standing and
Nice.
who you are. Yeah,
Nice. We got a
yeah.
comment here. Let me see that. Oh,
Ah,
Higher Learning TV show says, Great Grand Rising Beautiful Queen Sisters. Thank you for leading the way. Phenomenal women you both are. Thank you so much, my
yay,
darling. Thank you for that, for
yeah.
seeing that. You know what's so wonderful to me is say big, no big, right? That's why I say
Mm.
big, no big. So from a fellow leader, and looking at our process, we out there, and knowing you got to have a certain courage to be
Ah,
out.
yes, you do.
Come on now,
Absolutely.
because you
Yeah.
have so many eyes on you. You
Hmm.
have people who say things, but your
Yes.
armor has to
Uh-huh.
be so strong,
Mm.
not in a bad way, but just in a way that when those little come to you, they just
Right.
off your shoulder. It's not a big thing. You know that you have a bigger purpose, and
Oh
that
yeah.
the purpose is for people to see you, be you,
Hmm.
aspire to do what you
Yeah.
say, and all of the above. So we're going to get
Absolutely.
more into that because
Yep.
your journey has really reflected that, like you rocking and rolling. So we're going to show that in a minute. But I want to get to your second book. Now,
Oh,
that
the second book.
middle book,
The second book. So the Widow's Resilience, which I was in your, what year was that?
girl,
2020.
I was trying to find a picture. You crazy? I was trying to find it. I was like, "What year was that?" Because I know 2016, but let's keep it real.
2023.
Was it
2020.
the 2023?
2023.
The one that was outside with the rain?
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Oh man, I
You
was looking
would
for a
forget
picture.
that. Yes.
Okay, got you. So talk
Yes.
a little bit about that book and its significance.
Oh, such a significant book.
Well,
So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just want to say something first.
Yeah,
Can I
yeah.
show something first? Can I?
Oh, yeah, of
Because
course you can.
because I don't. You know, y'all, we could get into why one would be inspired by stuff, but look at this brother right here. Do y'all see this brother right here? Do
Oh,
y'all see him on that? Look, the limo, boom, 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 and then just take a look at this energy. Do y'all see this?
oh,
Do y'all see this energy? You could already see the energy, the synchronicity, the happiness, right? So now let's talk a little bit about that book, baby. Go ahead, give me a little bit about that.
yeah. So thank you for sharing that. I mean, just that brings back such great memories. So my husband, my late husband, was the impetus, obviously, because I became a widow in 2018, and we were living life like we could live it, honey. And but I say God had other plans, and so I was catapulted into widowhood, and as a result of that, I was just inspired. I was told, "Tanya, you need to journal. You need to journal. You need to get it out." And I did. I wrote the very first, which ended up being, of course, the introductory chapter to the book of Widow's Resilience. But I did an author interest call. It's remarkably, when I was putting this book together, I said I didn't want to write the book. I didn't want it to be about just me. I really was just led to invite other women, other widows into the project and create this widows anthology project. And so, remarkably, I could not, I just couldn't believe it. But I invited over 25 women that I knew. A few I didn't know personally, but had mutual friendships to the table, if you will. I had an author interest call. And
Mm-hmm.
these women joined in, and 13 plus myself uh, uh, decided to pull this project together.
Wow.
And the thought, or the sort of the, like, Tanya, you know that many widows? That alone was just you know, very thought provoking, obviously very eye opening, very it just, I don't know, I'm just saying, kind of thing. It just really was this that thought that I knew that many women who had gone through the loss of their husbands. And so, from all ages, so there are all ages that were represented in this project. Not those of us who of course remarried. There are those stories in here. There are stories where women have decided to the things that they didn't do while they were married, or their next was either a business, or they went back to school, or just some varying degrees of how life happens after loss. So it's after you know, just like it's like the subtitle says, wisdom keys for moving forward in life and love after death do us part. And so it is about that strength that we have. That's about that resolve that we have. And we often don't know where it comes from. And so that's why I put that project together.
Let me tell
Yeah.
you, look, I just wrote down something. She talking about life after loss. Is that another title? Is she coming up with that? Like, is that a sequel to this? Like, I was like,
It,
oh, I heard that. Life is something, life after loss. I said, I wrote it
That's
down.
the
So
loss,
yeah,
yeah.
I want to share
The
something with
loss
you.
doesn't have to be, doesn't have to be after, the death of someone.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you could take it there, honey, because we know
Okay.
loss, I'm a Scientologist and we have a very, a viewpoint about how people respond after loss. We even
Mm.
have a treatment for a person after loss so that you can come out of that, so that you
Yeah.
can, not be stuck in that. But I do
Mhm.
want to share something with y'all that I just love so much. And it just shows you the energy of this brother that she wrote this book of. Let me just share this. Wait, I gotta move this book. Wait, hold on. Hold on, let me move this book. Here it come, here it come, here it come. Hold on. It's coming right now. Here it go, right here, y'all. Look. Look at this. Look at her husband, y'all. Look at her husband. Look at him. Look at me chasing her husband. Hey, hey. Work it, work it. I just love that little clip. When I
I
watched it this
love
morning, I was
it.
like, I was tearing like, but that was such a lovely moment because you saw him like, what?
Oh
What?
yeah.
Let's get it.
He was living his life,
Yes,
despite the challenge that he was, met with, and
yes,
just enjoyed himself. He made
yes,
sure he enjoyed himself in this
absolutely.
life. Yes, he did.
And that's so important because,
Mhm.
again, viewers, you don't have to get stuck in your reality.
Ah,
You could create an actuality, right? That's something we say in
indeed.
Scientology. What is the actuality? And the actuality is that there's a good energy, brother. That
Mm.
y'all got travels, you got experiences, and I love that those experiences, shaped what you
Oh,
became. So,
indeed.
ooh, we
Yeah.
gonna what y'all gonna love is y'all gonna meet this sister at the Black History Book Fair, which we'll talk about in a
Yay.
moment. But bigger than that, y'all, she got something coming down the pike. Let's deal with this third book. Hold on, let me show you that, boy, because you ain't playing no games, no games, no games. Found her.
Yes, found her.
Found her. Now, let me say something to
Mm.
y'all. So we know you could be the founder. I'm the founder of the Soulful Chicago Book Fair. Great, great, great. But
Mm.
come on with it. Found her. What's that about? Come on with that.
So I consider found her sort of my mantra, my manifesto, if you will. It's me coming to age. I am, so the book was written, of course, or in 25, but I'm coming of age book. It's sort of like a true reflection of finding myself. So I found myself in this process of opening up this women's co-working shared office space called Found Hers Suite. And in the process of opening the suite, there were some things, I've been a business owner, I've been an entrepreneur for over 20 some years. And to open a brick and mortar space after all these years of being a solopreneur, working from home, the first who was the virtuals before we were even virtual. Um, and so in this process of creating this space, I found myself. I found some. I really had a coming a come to Jesus meeting, if you will. I had a a different a viewpoint, a different uh, uh, point of reference in my late 50s, knocking on 60. And so just put this project together, out of just some lessons learned, and want to share those with other women and men. People actually read them. A couple of men have actually read the book. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just a coming to yourself, just realizing who you are and how you move, how you've been moving, how I've been lifing,
Mm,
and that I realized some things about myself. The whole I mean, I'm just totally no nonsense,
mm,
um, and just coming to grips with that in a good way, in a very very much a good way.
mm-hmm,
And so yeah, I've got a lot of feedback. I call it, praise from some industry folks, some ministry folks, church folks, friends, folks who I have had long-term relationships with, Dr. Pam Perry, Pastor Sean Marshall. Those people have been just blessings to me, and Precious Williams is a force in her own right. Tanisha Johnson. I wanted to sort of showcase, or I invited them. I asked them and said, hey, sent them a couple of copies, a couple of chapters of the book, and said, hey, what you think? And so they wrote how they felt about the
mm,
project. Dr. Beverly Alexander, she is my big sister,
mm-hmm.
mentor, therapist, coach. Known each other over 20 years.
Nice,
And
nice.
so lots of good things to say from other people about this particular book. Different again, just a whole different mindset, if you
Mm-hmm,
will, a different perspective,
mm-hmm,
more again, offering some principles that people can walk away with in terms of themselves, finding themselves. Who
mm.
are you? Who are you?
Man, I see
Yeah.
some things for this right here. Look, I'm not a breast cancer survivor, but baby, with that pink book,
Ah,
I saw you touring just
mm,
now the breast cancer survivor circuit
oh, well,
because
let
of
me
the
write that
pink
down. Put that
book.
in my head.
You better go write that. Look, I got some tips for you, but let me say this is what I
Yeah.
want you to do. I sent a link to this show in your messenger so that you could post it on your page. I need you to do
Oh,
that
good.
right
Yes.
now, okay? Because
You
I
want me to do
couldn't
it?
do it. So I need you to do that so your people could see themselves and all of this. This is no joke. Do y'all
Mm,
see these lovely testimonies? There's nothing like testimonies and people being able to read your book and then really
yeah.
get something from it. Do y'all see these people? Do y'all see them laid out? And I love, did your company do this marketing sort of layout of the book and the success stories? This is beautiful.
No. So I'm a that's what I've done for 20 some years, or almost 30
Right.
years. So I am a marketing professional. I am a design professional. So I do my own layout, my own designs. Been doing graphics. I'm award-winning graphic designer. That has been my life. Again, images, everything, but my imaging had to do with, again, I sort of really channeled my art, my artist.
Yes.
Uh, uh, if I had to have a nemesis, not a nemesis, but that muse within me, that's the
Okay.
artist muse within me,
Mhm. Mhm.
that I've channeled throughout my whole career. And
Mhm.
so, yeah, God is, just brought that talent. If I can do it for everybody else, why can't I do it for me?
I mean, come on. And
The
it's so
logo.
gorgeous. I said, she rocking, honey. She rocking. Sometimes you don't know who you know. I know you guys so much as authors and I
Yeah.
deal with your books and all that. But shoot, I'm like, what? Let me sit down with her and get my thing going because, I one thing I love, this is a recurring thread in all of your works, is that you take care of the sisters, baby. You out here taking care of the women, mama. You understand? Like that is so commendable
Yeah.
because there's a part of us that were raised in a resentment of ourselves. And so we don't rock with women sometimes and we don't there's a jealousy thing and so we're going to go to a commercial break,
Hmm.
but when we come back we're gonna look at where you've taken this baby. This thing done go on your founders. What? Ooh, this is about to go to a whole nother level. So we're gonna go to a commercial break, but we'll be right back. Don't y'all go nowhere. And if you know this lady, y'all tune in. She cold blooded. I love your
Oh, I
work.
appreciate
So
that.
yeah, I love your work, and I love looking at it in this unit of time. But anyway, we'll be right back after these messages. Y'all don't go nowhere. Stay tuned.
Soulful Chicago Black History Book Fair.
Hey family, this is Charles Humphrey of MCH Publishing, and I'm here with Ashada, and we at the Soulful Chicago Book what?
This is the Soulful Chicago Black History Book Fair, slamming.
We getting down in Hyde Park. Just run it down, my sister. Just tell us, for the people, a little bit about what we're doing here today and why.
You know, this is the Soulful Chicago Black History Book Fair, and this month is very important. I feel like we don't give it the type of recognition that it needs. But beyond that, I do all things literary, and we have so many ancestors that have taken a tradition of writing and done great things. Well, we have those of us that are carrying on that tradition, and nobody knows about them until now. So the Soulful Chicago Black History Book Fair is allowing us to tell our stories according to ourselves for our own benefit. And it's just beautiful. I mean, she could have been here today if you wasn't here, but if you were, it's been amazing. People came in consistently, children, and we have children's authors, we have nonfiction authors, we have fiction authors. This is really good, and it's about taking our own power in our own hands and doing what we do on the literary tip, though.
Right.
I gotta work, but I can't help it. Everything going to school. Not just about bring my African shit like this. Bring it the African shit.
Do y'all see that energy? Don't play with me. The Black History Book Fair is coming. Look at that down there, y'all. Y'all see that going across the screen? February 15th. You heard? It is going to be beautiful. I think this is going to be the only book fair for the year of 2026. So you definitely want to be there. Look at this energy here all day long. Look. Ooh. Soulful Chicago Black History Book Fair. This is circulating all over the place. Now, here's the thing. If you want to donate, we do need donations. I don't know what y'all talking about. Do you know I'm the only person that works to raise funds for these book fairs? Well, it's okay. It comes from you, though. It is your strength and your donations. If you want to make a donation today, look, I got a couple of things for you. Look, you can go ahead and scan that. Go ahead and give your donation there. And then get that. Y'all got that? Y'all got that? Y'all got that? Outside of that, I'm just going to put a little across the screen at the bottom, just a little place where you can send Cash App or Zelle if you want to donate to the Soulful Chicago Black History Book Fair. Big time. We need your support because we make it so dope. You see the energy of that video. But my girl, I'm bringing her back, LaTanya Orr. We'll talk about LaToya. LaTanya Orr will be there. Yes, she will. Yes, she will. Yes, she will. She'll be at the Black History Book Fair. Now, I'm not hearing you, so take yourself off mute, baby. Maybe let me see if you can't do it. I might try to. There you go. I got you.
Okay.
Don't be trying to silence my girl. We're not playing that. Anyway, I'm so happy that you're going to be with us for the Black History Book Fair. It's full circle. You were there when we started. You're there as we closing out for this next sort of version of us. We saw the books that you've written. For those that are just tuning in, welcome. Y'all can see a little something, but she wrote 3 books that basically are in the same vein. I love that you went another direction by doing the widow piece, which was so important. But like I said right before we left, we're talking about how you're really taking care of women and making sure that we have a perspective to follow going forward, no matter what the life experience. But you've really taken this founder concept, oh God, to a whole nother level. You clowned out there. So talk about, I'm going to show some images where you show women today. You also kind of get into women of yesterday, some historical figures. And I was like, see how she rocking this. I want you to just explain that a little bit and why you choose to focus on these women. But before you do that, can we just go over founders? Founders, can we look at that for a minute? I want y'all to see this for a minute. What is the founders suite? You go ahead and say it, but I'm gonna then let them read it a little bit too. In your energy, just boom. What is the founders suite?
Oh my God. The Founder Suite is a women's business resource hub right here in the south side of Chicago in the Beverly community.
Nice.
It is a 30-year dream of mine.
Wow.
So to your point about helping women, so 30 plus years ago, I had this dream of opening up a shared office space. 30 years ago, there was no co-working was not a word. Co-working in itself was
Sure.
not something we did 30 years ago.
Mhm.
Shared office was a new concept 30 years ago. So I was inspired by a woman who had opened up a shared office space. And here in my 20-something-year-old self saying, I want to do this. But I
Mm.
was also still working professionally, trying to make that do what it do. I was at that point also contemplating the going back to school to get my master's. I was a young wife. I had also started doing freelance work with my design, my graphics. And so I had a lot of irons and balls in the air trying to juggle everything. And I also, so I was sort of had to make a decision, um, in part, was not really encouraged or
Mhm.
supported to
Okay.
start this shared office space. Although I did do, sort of my due diligence at the time, trying to figure it out, like where I was going to open this space. And so I ended up having to put it out there on the parking lot.
Okay. Yeah. Mhm.
Not really realizing or not thinking that I would actually do it.
Okay.
And so in 2023, so the matter of fact, that summer that I did the last book fair with you,
Okay. Mhm.
I was actually being coached. I was actually coaching this concept, coaching this space out of me,
Okay.
wanting to do something different, wanting to um, uh, and really real and at that moment I wasn't even thinking that this would actually happen, but it was this dream that I had that I was going to open up this space to help to amplify, elevate women's entrepreneurship for us, for our sisters, for those of us who, spend our careers working for someone else, and but all this talent and all the skills and all the expertise, and it's like, you know what, I can do this for myself. I can open up a business. I can write a book. I can, spearhead that great idea that's going to change the world. And so we as Black women have that. We have that. If we don't have anything else, we have we're inspired all the time. We're
Mhm.
empowered.
Mhm.
Uh, Most of us are equipped in terms of the expertness, the what you have done professionally,
Mhm.
and a lot of it, of course, is what you're passionate about. And so we have all of those things. So to package that, but to have a place where that can be cultivated,
Yeah.
that could, all the things that you don't have, to have a resource space.
Mhm.
And so that's what Founders is. It's about, it's for found women founders who are found hers. And so the play
Mhm.
on the her. And
Sure.
actually, her is an acronym. It stands for hope, endurance, and resilience. So I go back
Wow.
to the whole intention of a widow's resilience. But okay, wait a
Yeah.
minute. What about just women? Us in general. That we are that to keep hope alive,
Keep hope alive.
That we endure a whole lot and have endured, our ancestors, all of that,
Hmm.
and then to also realize that it takes a quiet strength, if you will, to move forward.
Yes.
So I always, my dad was a avid sports fan. I am, as you can see, I'm repping the Shy right now. Okay, the Bears go, and so bear down for real. And so
Yeah.
I can say that to say because a lot of I use in Founder, I actually use some sports lingo, if you will, in
Okay.
terms of sort of the metaphor about, forward progress. I mean, in football, that's what you do. And you got, to keep moving forward.
Hmm.
Again, that goes back to also the Widow's book about moving forward, keeping it moving.
Hmm.
And oftentimes, again, just, that's what Founders is about. It's about
Gotcha.
women moving forward, uh, keeping your eye on the prize, realizing who again, going back to realizing who you are and
Sure.
the strength that you have, and having endured so many things. And we're in a new space now where so many women, 300 some thousand women were laid off or displaced,
Right.
Black women,
Yeah.
as a
Yeah.
result of all the things that are happening particularly in the United States, but of course across the world. But we can pick ourselves up by our bootstraps, if you
That's right.
will, and keep it moving.
That's right. That's right. I want
Yeah.
you to look at you. You've turned this into a movement. I'm looking at all these events and things.
Yeah.
What talk a little bit about that? How it because it's evolved from just I got a space where you can co-work.
Come in
No, it's becoming
forward.
like these events with people
Yeah.
featured. And so talk a little bit about what we're looking at. You did something early part of last year. What does this
Yes.
manifest her energy that I'm seeing here?
Yeah, so I started in 25. I had this vision, all about
Hmm.
visionary,
Hmm.
and visionary, Hery. And so about manifesting, about making. What do you need to do to manifest those dreams that you have? And again, this was my 25 initiatives that you're showcasing here, but designing your year of success. What does that look like? And so, I love vision boarding. And so we had put that particular workshop on actually on January 1st in 25. And then part of that sort of manifesting um, is I had this thought about what about all the founders in Chicago? I mean, let's just go on back. And so I did some research, and all these wonderful, beautiful women who, may or may not have been born here, but spent time here. Our
Yeah.
ancestors, the Mahalia Jacksons, um, Ida B. Wells, Bessie Coleman. My
Mhm.
goodness, I could, yeah, Bessie Coleman. And I just learned something about this whole African American, the Black pilots that had a field in Robbins.
Mm.
Like, what? I just
Mm.
learned that just last week that
Yeah.
that was our airfield where Black pilots learned how to fly right here
Right here.
in Robbins, Illinois,
Wow.
next door, right south side, next door to Shy,
Mhm.
right in the
Mhm.
right. But that's where, and she was one of those pilots. So she was one
Wow.
of those people that are, aspiring, and then she, of course, became the first Black woman and a Native American to earn a
Mhm.
pilot's license. And
Look at
so
that.
right here,
Right here, baby. Bessie Coleman Library, right on 63rd, Cottage Grove.
right
Let's go
again,
ahead. That's
yeah, we
right.
talked about and Mahalia Jackson. I mean, no, she wasn't born here, but she made Chicago her home.
Mhm.
Um, and on all fronts. I mean, purchase, her home. I drive by it on a regular
Mm,
over on Indiana, and so just being, sort of just inspired, I guess, re-inspired, because they were
mhm,
always they're part of our history,
mhm.
and part of her story,
That's
and
right. Come on now.
wanted to bring some, bring them back around, you know,
Nice.
bring some attention back around to them. And then we
So
got
beautifully done.
our new found hers, a more modern day found hers.
Oh, girl, because you got him, honey. Let me show him right
Yeah,
now. You playing games. I got him, baby. Look. Who, bam. Talk
Misha.
about it.
So yeah, Misha is, she's my little sister.
Mm-hmm.
We met just a year or so ago, and she's just doing something. She's doing it in her space. She's a personal chef. She's a licensed clinical therapist. She's married these two uh, careers, if you will, into one with her therapy practice, and just doing it. And so I wanted to bring attention again to women who have come to know who they are, and uh, uh, you know testing their chops out here. Alicia Starks is amazing. Her charcuterie
Mm-hmm.
is I absolutely amazing.
Mm.
She again, new people in my life, didn't know these people, uh, and have fostered some, and continuing to cultivate great relationships with these sisters out here that are, doing it for themselves, if doing it. And yeah, of course, yes, Eunice Johnson. I mean, her name, the Johnson family. Just, I grew up going, living near. If you lived at 87 and Dan Ryan, you know what was going on, right? South Sheen, Johnson product.
I'm a New Yorker.
Yeah,
I know. That's right. That you said. Johnson product.
Johnson product.
Go ahead. Energy. So I
Actually, yes,
love the way you're celebrating these sisters.
yes, definitely, yes. Definitely
What?
celebrating the sisters, celebrating, the our her stories. Uh, uh, we are doing the work in our respective areas of expertise,
Yes.
and
Yes.
I wanted to showcase and celebrate the young, like I said, all ages.
So
We
yes.
yeah.
And it's so
Mhm.
important because, a lot of people get upset talking about what the media shows you. Now, I don't care about no media. We got to
Yeah,
do our own thing. We got to
yeah,
look at these sisters. Go ahead. Talk
yeah.
about
Dr.
this.
Keisha Ford is amazing. She, again, a more recent, connection.
Mhm.
And matter of fact, she held the very first um, private event in the space. Like a
Oh, I
month
love it.
after I opened, yeah, she held her
Nice.
leadership retreat in the space.
I
And so
love it.
definitely has been a supporter. She's been a supporter. She's been a, just again, found her. She is a
Yeah.
Chicago found her for real. And not that all the others aren't, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I feel you.
So yeah, so, and that's what, again, I wanted to celebrate. I wanted to bring attention to them. They are who they are, again, in their respective areas. But then
Yes.
there might be those who don't know them. So I wanted
You're
to bring
right.
it to, hey, these women, if you need her services, this is who she is. This is what she
Right.
does.
Right.
Look her up. Connect.
Now, let me ask a question. Well, let me
Mhm,
say, y'all see that website at the bottom of the page,
mhm.
thefoundersuite.com. When they
Yes.
go to the website, what can they expect to find? Because my thing is, I'm looking at your graphics like, oh God, she need to be designing my this, that, other. Do you still do those services for people where they can get that from you? what would we find? What do we find when we go to the foundersuite.com?
So when you go to the Founder Suite website, of course, it's all about the suite. It's all about booking tours. It's about finding out more information about how you can take advantage of the space. So again, booking tours, booking the space. Sending your inquiries that come through the site to me. It's about just really showcasing what's going on in the space and how you could be a part of that. So, but in regard to the my services, so I have two things going on. Well, three things going on. So the suite is the suite, and definitely check us out if you have need for hosting a small event, small intimate gatherings. We have the space for you. If you're looking to do a business meeting, that sort of thing as well. If you need an office space or need the co-working aspect, if you need that and you're in the Beverly area, we're 103rd and Wood, just up the way from the Metro stop,
Okay.
Right? Smack dab again in Beverly. And so we've got some of those great amenities. We've got a beautiful space. People love it when they come in. I told you how many just, oh, Tanya, this is so beautiful. Oh, this is nice. What? Kind of.
Right.
Again, co-working has, $1 trillion business.
Yeah.
And
Come on with it.
in the last 10 years, it has really surpassed, I think, anybody's thought that you would want to go someplace to work outside of, if you don't want to be at home.
Mhm.
And so you've got the big boxes. And so what I've tried to do is create this sort of boutique intimate space for women. And while it is feminine, I was intentional in the hope that men wouldn't feel put off by the pink and the orange and the green, by the color scheme. It's because most co-working spaces are gray,
Right.
very neutral, but more along the lines of masculine. And so what I want to do is introduce the color and the vibrancy, and that the color brings about creativity.
Mm-hmm.
And but then it's also very very comfortable, very what is it? I can't even write what the right word is, but definitely
Look, we can see it. We looking at it like, wait a minute. I wish I had more.
It is pretty.
I'm like, what? Let me ask a
Yeah.
question. What's the capacity? Because you said that sister had a retreat there. First of all, we got a comment down here. 501c3 my org said this is so dope. That's right, baby. Period, point blank. Now, so yeah, what's the capacity in terms of she had a retreat there? So what does that mean? How many people can occupy the space at one time?
Yes. So in that space, which is actually featured there, that is our living room lounge space. I've actually moved all the furniture out of there. We've done close to 50 people in that room.
Gotcha. Yes.
I could give different gatherings. We had folding chairs, and they're very creative in terms of how to do those kinds of events. Sure. At best, 50. 35 is very comfortable. I don't have to move furniture pretty much. We have several rooms. We have the lounge. We have a conference room that's fairly nice size. Just utilizing the total space. There are 8 offices in the space.
Nice.
Private and shared offices within the space as well. We've maxed the moment in there. We definitely have.
I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Let me ask you.
Come on
Look,
out.
I gotta come out and stop playing. Let me get on the metro and stop playing. Let me say this. You've been called an entrepreneurial midwife.
Yes.
Girl, entrepreneurial midwife. You better give me that. What is that about?
So I just help women. I say women, okay, to birth their businesses, to birth their dreams as it relates to their career aspirations outside of actually, a job, outside the 9 to 5, the traditional corporate space, to move into that entrepreneurial place, if you will. And so to help women to really, take that dream, or take that expertise that you have. If you've been laid off, or you have decided to retire, I don't want to work for anybody else anymore. I want to work for myself. So I've helped many women to write their books. They've written their books, but then to take their books, to help them to publish their books. And most of them are subject matter experts. So it's, whatever that topic is that you have honed for, 30 plus years, and I'm going to finally write it as their, sort of their business card. I think about books being, that tool that showcases your credibility, brings about credibility, because, okay, you know what, I can speak to this, but look, I didn't wrote this book. And so I'm not just making this up. And that, what I bring to the table is important, and it's also resourceful. It's again offering who you are, sort of who are you, and how can I help you to make change? It's all about transformation. And so that's what I offer. I offer women opportunity to take that idea, take that expertise to the next level. And so if it's a book, if it's birthing a business, if it's, coming up with workshops and seminars and all the things that support, what you're doing out here, then that's definitely what, I'm helping you to birth those things.
Girl,
yes.
Entrepreneurial.
I didn't have, so I feel like I didn't have biological children. And so helping women to birth those things that, that matter, and that, again, sort of elevates them, amplifies and who they are.
Where can they get your books? Where can they get your books on that website as well? Where can they buy your books?
Yeah, so you can get Amazon. All 3 of them are available on Amazon. And you can go, when you go into Amazon, do search, you will find all 3 of them.
That's right.
I found hers. The Found Her book is available on my other website, which we didn't talk about yet.
I knew that. That's why I knew. Go ahead. We only got like one more minute. Give me that website.
One more minute. So Crowned, CROWN.
Right, because I wanted to
Crowned for Impact. Crowned for Impact. Crowned for Impact exp.com is my coaching and my coaching platform. So you can go to crownedforimpact.exp, and you can learn more about my services in terms of what we mentioned earlier about the marketing and branding services that I do still provide. I do still do cover design. I still do, help people to publish their books.
Nice.
And so you can go to any of those, both Crowned or actually, but of course you can get me out of the place, foundersuite.com.
Sure.
The foundersuite.com.
But you said crowned for impact. What?
Crowned for Impact exp.com.
exp.com. I got you. Look, we're going to put that up real quick, baby. We're going to put it up so that y'all get that. Crowned for Impact exp.com. I knew you had another website. I was like, let me hurry up.
Or you can Google my name. If you if you put in my name, LaTanyaOrr.com, it goes to I think it goes to Founder Suite, but there's still ways, of course, to get to me. So you can, put in LaTanyaOrr.com and
No
you
doubt.
will find me and contact me.
Okay. Look at this, y'all. Jean Lockett said, I need that. She said about the coaching. She need that coaching. I love it. I love it. I love it. LaTanya, we are out of time, but I want to thank you so much for coming on today because, girl, you excellent. You excellent. I'm going to be like, yo, girl, I need your services. I need those graphic services. Yes, we got that. And I love you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much. And reach out, come and meet LaTanya Orr at the Soulful Chicago Book Fair on February 15th, right at Little Black Pearl. She will be there. You're going to have all the books, right?
All the books.
You're going to have all the books. And so she'll have all the books and you'll be able to get them and get them signed and do that thing. So thank y'all for being here today. We love you. Have a wonderful, productive day.
Thank you.
You got it. Bye.
We've come to the end of our show today. If you missed any broadcasts, go to our website for the audio and video archives at www.thefemalesolution.com. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to thank all of you who participated in today's discussions. And to our global family joining us from all around the world, we say thank you. To our family in China, xie xie. India, Dhanyavad. Japan, arigato. Korea, kamsamnida. Russia, spasiba. Germany, danke. Poland, dziękuję. France, merci. Spain, gracias. Italy, grazie. Egypt, shukran. Ghana, madasi. Nigeria, eshe. South Africa, Ngiyabonga. Senegal, Jaref. Kenya, Asante. Israel, Toda. Pakistan, Shukriya. Afghanistan, Tashakur. Saudi Arabia and Palestine, Shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Thank you, and may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God's blessings.